And the thing is, I'm going to say this. I'm going to call you people out. You know who has crab mentality? You know what crab mentality is?
I've heard, yeah, it's like what one person thinks this, people follow.
What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes would go?
No. It's it's more. I'll tell you the story behind crab, why it's called crab. Testing.
Hi.
Okay, so you know the drill. Get out of the fucking frame, ho. Get out of the frame.
Mama, your mama was half out of the phrase.
Yeah, and that's a. Is this the same for you as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Becoming 20s podcast show where I talk about the 20s experience. And for today's guest, we have a very good friend. We have. We have.
Effina.
My doll friend, my one and only doll friend, my charity doll friend.
Huh?
So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Effina. What should I be saying?
Up to you. Anything that. Yes.
She's a cunt bitch,
Mm-hmm.
a struggling doll boot,
Mm-hmm.
and
Aren't we all?
you know, like, I'm just that girl. That girl.
Okay.
Effie. Yes.
Well, so today's topic, I wanted to talk about living your life authentically and living like happy. Because I think in a world, especially here in the cow of the ma of the cow,
The cow.
it's quite hard to find leverage to be who you are, but at the same time be accepting, have people accepting you, because I wouldn't say it's banned. It's not illegal to, be the doll or be a faggotry.
Yeah.
But it's not as tolerable as it is any. Let's, for example, like Taiwan, right? Taiwan is like a Asian country.
Like the very first Asian country to actually legalize
Well,
same-sex marriage.
yes. And so I just think it's like hard for us, especially. I don't know about the Hong Kong dolls.
No, I did hear recently that they're trying to implement homosexual couples to kind of be on a, how do you say that, in a union, ba?
Oh, I did hear about this. Like they have
Yeah.
a union.
Yeah, you won't have the same rights as like married couples do, but I think there's a title. You two are together.
Yeah. So how would you say how do I say? Live your life authentically, but at what point in your life were you just like, I'm going to go fully live my truth?
For what, tranny?
Well, yes.
It was how to say, it's different now. I mean, for me, I kind of came out twice.
Yes.
Yes, because the age of 18, I was like, no, not 18. Like when I was young girl, you knew I was like a girly girl. I was a girly pop.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wore skirts. I only wear skirts at home. Like
Oh,
when
I
went
wasn't
to
that
play.
gay. I wasn't that gay.
Oh,
I wore
was that
heels,
kind.
but I didn't wear skirts.
And I was not interested in makeup or anything, but I was just the feeling of
Just being
a
soft and
woman.
hot.
Yes,
So
that was
woman.
foreshadowing what's gonna happen next.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you say it? Didn't have to really come out. How do you say, the presence of me, my
Mhm.
presence.
Yes.
As a young,
it was the same. It was the same for me as
Cutty
well.
child, yeah.
Yes.
Just you don't have to say. People here in Macau, there's this thing. You don't really have to come out. It's pretty obvious, though. Like for Miss TVs, like tomboys here, and for gays, here,
yes.
it's quite obvious.
It's quite
gays
obvious.
hide it well, a little bit better.
Well,
Yeah, because I have really metrosexual friends.
for example.
No, metrosexual friends, co-workers before. That wow, you would think that they're the gayest of gays.
Yes.
But now they have 2 kids.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's funny because they're gay passing.
They're
If
gay
that's
passing, but they
gay
love
passing,
pussy.
but they have kids. Whereas in the Philippines, it's I know people where they are married and have kids, but later come out as gay, which is
Oh well,
which
yes.
is later than like they're living their authentic,
Fantasy.
their fantasy. But then it's also like I said, it's hard for us here to live authentically without having to explain ourselves to people. Oh.
Oh well, here.
Yeah,
Here we
because
don't. I mean, if it's in our circle, huh? It feels like if you're a circle of friends,
yeah,
I think you really don't have to worry that much. But like the because Macau is so small, so the older people will actually. Yeah. Oh, that's not even Chinese.
that's the dialect on
Yeah.
it down, boots.
Yeah. What I was saying was, how to say? It's easy for like a group of friends like us to like. We don't even have to come out. We just like.
Yeah,
Say,
but
it's
that's
just obvious.
but that's within the group of friends because
Yeah.
I think the one bad thing about living in the city is that, especially as small as Macau, is that everyone knows each other.
Yes.
Which, at some point, like you don't have to explain yourself, but then like meeting new people, you have to go like, especially now, like, I'm going to say this,
Yeah.
the where the viewpoint of like LGBTQIA plus
Yes.
is now, I think it's, oh, cancel me if you want. I think we're just like overcomplicating it. To be honest, I feel, I mean like it's because back in the day,
Back in the day, there was
It was-
only gay, lesbian.
I mean like there
And
wasn't
trans.
even labels, but anyway, that's not the thing. But yeah, like for me as well, I think it was hard for me to live my true self in a way that makes me happy, because there were points where I how do I say, like I was living but I wasn't living.
Yeah, you were just like stagnant.
Like autopilot.
Yes.
Like because I wanted to shut up, because I wanted to fit in, which was my downfall. I mean, I guess everyone at some
Girl,
point
for
wants
sure.
to. Everyone wants
To
to.
this day, people want to fit in. Like they want to connect.
Everyone wants to fit in, but
Yeah.
I'm at a point where I don't give a fuck. Girl, I don't give a flying fuck if the bitches that's walking in and out of here thinks that we are faggotry house. Girl, I don't care. They just want a piece of us. Especially when we're walking together. Ooh!
Oh my God, there's always
The boyfriends.
it's the men's. Usually the girls. It's when girls look. It's sometimes I don't want to be like mean or anything, but if they're a couple and the girl looks in a bad way. It's mostly insecurity. But if it's a guy, it's either intimidated, scared, or just looking for fun.
They want to get an itch that they want to get what? They want us to scratch an itch that they have with their girlfriends.
Yes, it's really obvious here. Well, guys, I'm not even kidding. It's pretty obvious here.
Mm-hmm.
Like guys, like oh, I don't want to get canceled, but guys are just dumb sometimes.
Very much. I mean, it's also the thing. I didn't believe it at first, but then the more I live, like throughout my life, I noticed that guys would stick it in anything.
Yes, they do. And
Anything.
it's just a bit, how do you say, sad because, of course, some of us have had experiences like that. So it's like, it's a testimony that things like this do happen.
Well, yes, but do you think like maybe after, what do you think happens after like the guys stare at us? Like when we're walking, and then especially when the girls catch them.
It depends.
Do you think like they have like a conversation like, why'd you look at them?
I mean, for some couples, it's gonna happen, but for
Yeah.
some couples, I do have experiences where like I thought that it was like a positive thing, like the way they're looking at me, and then like at the back you just see them like looking back and just laughing. It depends on the outcome.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know what people think. Like sometimes it's either positive or negative.
Yeah, I mean, like for me as well. Like I notice like whatever I do, people are going to look, people are going to stare, people are going to talk. And so at a younger age, like during my teenage, I think when I was like 17 or 18, I realized like, oh, whatever I do, people are going to judge me. Not really judge me, but they're going to
Just
always ask
look.
questions.
Yeah, they're. I mean, sometimes it's good because they're curious. I think some people here, the Chinese here, it depends. Like they're either too direct or with their question when it comes to curiosity. Because you might think that they will ask you something in a negative way, but some of them are just like curious though. That's what I think.
I guess.
Yeah. It depends on how the person approaches you, and depends on how they look.
Have you ever been asked like a question where you're just like, ew, but at the same time you know they're just curious?
Oh, girl, my work, because I work as a coffee barista, so like I do interact with a lot of people. So there was this time where this lady, she usually frequently comes. She has this stank face, but I know it's not on purpose. She just has a stank face, like this. So I remember serving her. I was alone at the bar, and then she was waiting for her drink. So she suddenly just asked, like, "Excuse me, I just want to ask you a question." I was like, "Oh, okay, you can ask away." And then she was just like, "Are you a boy or a girl?"
Was this person like an older person or?
40s.
Um,
So it's early 40s.
Okay.
So still quite young. And I know when I looked at this person, the way she was looking, I know she was just curious, and I was just like, I'm a lady, and she was like, okay. She was just like that, like the way she approached it was like, are you a girl or a boy? Like
At least they asked you. I remember when
Yes.
I was working as a barista as well. I had full beat, girl. I was makeup house
Yeah.
down. I didn't have mustache, no nothing.
Yeah.
And at least they asked you, girl. This little girl, this kid, asked in Chinese, asked to the mom, "Go my lam ng lawyer." And in my mind, I'm just like,
it's actually infuriating.
I had to pretend not to understand.
Yeah, but
'Cause-
what did the mom say?
She didn't say anything because
She didn't even say, "Hey, don't say that."
I don't know. I think she just goes, "Oh, Mti."
Or like she pinched.
I think she just went, maybe
Yeah,
she
she
did
pushed
something
her daughter
under
under, yeah.
the table. Cause, I mean, kids will always be kids,
Yeah.
but like, as an adult, I feel as though if it would be better if you were to ask, be respectful and ask, or like, "Oh, I'm sorry," like, if you're really curious, like, is it, oh, if you're a guy or like, what would be the best way for people to approach you and ask such questions?
Like our friend, which I always keep saying, Miss Ashley. She has this thing where I always do appreciate her. She always, I remember meeting her twice at Sarah's party, and she always keeps saying like, sorry, what are your pronouns again? I think that's such a good. I know that
Yes.
labels and stuff can be annoying for people, but
yes.
wow, you asking that pronouns.
Yeah.
Well, it's already like a
level up.
Yeah, it's like a, how do you say, like,
They're woke.
oh, I already know. If
They're
someone
woke.
says like she identifies as she, then I already know. Like you kind of like puzzle it together.
Yeah.
If you're very woke, like for some bitches, like they don't know. Or as like your example of the kid asking you, like asking the mom, like, "Ah, I'm a lawyer."
Is it a man or a woman?
As a parent, I think it's a good thing if the parent says like, ask this person. Go and
yes,
ask. It's like,
yes, because it normalizes the
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
And as like cause how many people do you have in your family?
That are LGBT?
No, in just in your family in general.
Like I have my two sisters, my mom, and my brother. So we're like 5, yeah.
And so how was that for you growing up? Like, did you feel as though like you had to hide anything from them, or
Girl, that's funny. Hide us both? How can we hide it? It's kind of hard to hide.
I mean, at first you were like you
I
first came
identify
out
as like a
as a
gay
homosexual
man.
first,
Yeah,
a gay
like
man.
yeah.
So did they know?
It was obvious, but like the trans, no,
It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. Like I started just wearing makeup,
Okay.
I remember 18, my 18th birthday. The next day, I was just clubbing. The next day, I went to MAC, bought a foundation, and I think I realized, oh, you know what? I'm a girl this whole
She's
time.
dual.
That's
She's
why
dual.
I wasn't dating
Mm-hmm.
those previous times. Like, there were like chances that I could have dated with people, but I just couldn't see myself, a man, dating another man.
I guess. Because I was going to say, like, what if you were dating someone and then you came out during the relationship? Like, I feel like that would affect the dynamic. Like, oh, I'm a woman.
Yeah, I mean, as like, probably because like there are some couples who like just transition and they're fine. It depends, but
Yeah.
yes, of course, it's gonna be a shock.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
But how about now that you are an auntie? Like, how does that
A
response?
tronty.
Well, yes.
A tronty.
How does that responsibility? How do you uphold that responsibility to your nieces and nephews?
Like their kids are kids. They're quite obvious. I mean, they're
Yes.
quite honest. So like, whenever like my niece always says like, "Oh, Tita has such a deep voice." Like,
Ah.
how do you say? It's she still doesn't know the concept of like transness or anything.
Yeah.
My nephew, the eldest one, he knows the idea already because like,
Mhm.
girl, I still remember his friends at that barbecue place.
Oh my God! Can I just say, at that barbecue, I felt like RuPaul in the RuPaul roast. Girl, we were getting eaten. I was getting eaten alive. What? I forgot this one
It's those two
kid.
friends.
Those two kids. I forgot what they said, but they were just saying like, "Oh, is that a boy, or a girl?"
Yeah.
Is that a chick or a
I mean,
dude?
I already left, but you told me, and then you told me
Yes.
that the kids say like, told my nephew that I look like James Charles.
Oh my God! No,
Yes, you and
Yes.
Sasha told me, and I was like, what the hell?
I mean, not that
Behind my back.
it's. I know, like, not that it's anything bad, but it's just like, oh,
But
okay.
James Charles.
It's James Charles. Like, roll the clips. But yeah, like that. I feel for me as well as the eldest sibling who is also homosexual. I don't know if you guys know. I know I am, mask for mask. I am straight passing, but I also have a responsibility to educate my sisters.
Oh, for sure, yes.
Kate, girl, she already know. She's my assistant.
Kate's the ally.
She's the ally down.
Ally.
And like Abby and Izzy, Abby already knows fully the concept of LGBT plus whatever dolls.
Yeah.
She saw you, she said, doll.
Huh?
Just kidding. Imagine she clocked you, she goes, doll.
Like, how do you know? Oh, my brother taught me.
Okay.
Educated. Educated.
She goes, oh, because my brother told me the telltale sign. But Izzy is still confused.
Like, as in, like...
Cause she will go. She would ask me. No. We would just be having conversation, and then I would just randomly ask her. I go, what if we brought a boyfriend home, like for you guys to meet? And she goes, boyfriend? Why not a girlfriend? I go, baby. A girlfriend and I is never gonna happen.
A girlfriend? Yes, as a friend.
A girlfriend. Well, yes, and I think she's slowly wrapping her head around it because there are times where someone would go, oh, you have 3 sisters and 1 brother, and sometimes she'd go, well.
Oh, so she kind of...
She'd go, well, yeah, because I would tell her sometimes like, oh, I feel like masculine at times, but at the
Yeah.
same time I feel feminine.
I feel like she knows, like, as like your brother. I think she already understands the concept of like a gay man, but like she doesn't know that a gay man stands for like
Yes.
dating a man.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe she's
effeminate
still, yeah.
effeminate mass.
She still doesn't.
I know
that.
she's is still confused about the trans dualness.
Girl, because when she saw me with your family walking to
She said,
Ritz, she was like,
hmm.
the phone, and I was like, hey, and she was just like,
Yeah. And what did Abigail say? Was she like,
Mama, Abigail is Abigail. She was like, I was like, hi, Abigail, and she was just like,
oh,
I was like, okay.
Because she goes, do I know you?
Yeah, girl, I just met her like a few days ago at that time, so I have.
Yes.
But yeah, Abigail's Abigail.
But yeah, so like I said, I have like this responsibility because I know somewhere down the line that they're gonna be faced with
Oh yeah, for sure.
like many people like us.
Yes.
And so I just want them to be ready. Right.
Yeah.
And whether it be like me getting mad at them for saying something like a slur on it, thinking that it's like,
Yeah.
because that's what happened. Like no slammed. I don't think I told you.
Oh, what?
Because one time, I'm not gonna say which sister. A sister was texting me, and then she
Oh, I know this.
accidentally, not accidentally, but she didn't type out the full word. She just said two. She instead wrote two words that rhymed with the word.
Two words.
The F word.
Oh, lag.
And so I'm just,
lag it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just like, you better watch it.
Oh.
You better watch your mouth. And at the time, she didn't understand the severity.
Yes. Most
But
probably.
I wanted to let her know that, like, you cannot just throw that word anytime, anywhere, loosely.
Yeah.
Loosely.
Lucy
Jamie.
Lee.
Loosely.
No, Lucy Lee. Yeah.
And so the next day, she was like trying to talk to me, and then I go, you know, I'm still mad at you for what you said. You haven't apologized for what you said.
But
And
was that in a joking way?
it was in a joking way. Like I said, if as adults, I have no like say in what you want to say, right?
Yeah.
Like what you want to say is going to haunt you for the rest of your life. But as a young teen, I feel the responsibility, like I said, to teach her to not use words that are offensive so loosely, even though you're using it very in a fun and joking manner, because there's going to be someone that's going to find offense to that. And
Okay,
I'm just
for
trying to
sure.
simulate that, and I just want her to know that you have to read the person first.
Oh yes.
And so you have to understand if they're going to react a certain way over a certain word. And yeah, she was just like, oh, okay. She apologized, but then
She didn't know the severity of that.
of the word. But then, like I said, I just wanted to like teach her
Yeah. I mean,
as well.
as a big brother, yeah.
Yeah. And what about as like an auntie? Like, are there any like lessons that you had to teach
No.
your nieces and nephews?
Girl, to be honest, I'm like the cool auntie. Like they know, I know they know. Kids are not dumb.
So they were never like out of line when they said something.
The voice part, yes. I think that was the only thing because I was like, where did this come from? Like, where is she like, this voice is so low, and I'm like, where did that come from?
But they
then I taught
knew
her.
that you were Zol. No.
The middle child, I don't think she still knows, and the young one, but like the eldest one.
The eldest one knows.
Knows because like, yeah, it's just, and plus, guys, like, don't think that kids are dumb, but wow, the things that they're learning and the things that they're like going in their heads, like,
Yeah.
they're not dumb. They know a lot
They
of things.
know,
So we don't.
because
Sometimes we
of-
don't even have to tell them.
Which I think it's a
Dangerous.
good and bad thing.
Yes.
Because in one hand you get like knowledge and you get to educate yourself, but at the same time you are faced with like different views of the LGBT.
Yes.
Because like of course there's gonna be one side where pro LGBTQIA plus the alphabet people.
Yeah.
But in the other hand, someone's gonna go, fuck the gays, kill
for
the gays.
sure, for sure, yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I can't control what, people consume on social media, but then it's like, I am slowly starting to understand parents who are limiting their, if anything, they are not allowing
Yes.
their kids to go on, like, the iPads or whatever, or they're only allowing certain apps.
Yes, because or like the time, like giving like a
Screen
set,
time?
yeah, screen time
Mm.
because Well, I tell you, the kids nowadays, my nephew, the things that he's
Yeah.
seeing and watching, it's
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Why he's really, even politics now. What? Like now, kids nowadays are so
Yeah.
woke in it.
I feel like if I were in their age now, I feel like I would be. I feel like I would come out as trans. To be honest, I'd be a
Really?
doll. Yes.
That woke?
No, not that woke. But then it's like, coming out is such a trend. I think that's a very
Yes, oh my
controversial
God.
take. Coming out is such a trend now. Like, if you're not out, girl, you are not in.
I mean, I think, how do you say? It's not that it's a trend. It's more accessible now. Like, how do you say? It's more. No, it's even more accepted. It's like kind of going as the norm now to just
Yes.
come out. Like studies show that 360 people every second are coming out. You know that kind.
Is this
of
a real number?
Yeah, no, it's just a joke.
Oh,
But like, how do you say?
I was gonna
Like that
say.
idea, like it's normalized nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
But-
before, whenever like my coming out video, my coming out stories.
Oh my
like,
God,
wow,
everyone would
those
cry.
Are like, yeah, it's really like. But
But
now
girl-
it's like when someone comes out. girl,
But
we
Joey
know.
Graceffa's coming out. Story girl, we already saw it coming.
Joey
Baby.
Graceffa, Tyler Oakley.
Tyler Oakley.
Jim Shots, we don't even talk about that. But yeah, like
Didn't-
those.
Oh no, he didn't come out. Miss Marcus Butler, he didn't come out. He's a straight man.
Marcus, no, he's straight.
Does he have a wife and kids?
Yeah, I was.
I
thinking
had a
about-
crush. I had a crush on like the UK YouTube dolls.
Casper Lee. Oh no, that's South African.
That's a South African.
But he was really cute. Yeah, like, you know.
He was a cutie doll. But
Yeah, but like coming out.
don't you think like people are always coming out because the need of having a label, needing a label? I think that's it.
But Mama, for me, we talked about this. You have a different stance when it comes to labels, but for me, it's actually better, girl. Not the overcomplication of being like
Yeah.
I'm non-binary, gender fluid, liquid to solid. You know those
Liquid to
kinds.
solid, nitrogen
But
peroxide. Well, yeah.
Having like basic labels is so important because
Mhm.
I talked about this with my professor because I'd rather just know from the get-go and not offend a person because like nowadays, especially in America, you
Ugh.
called me a her, I'm a they them, like you know like it's easier if we. That's why it's good to say what
I
are your
guess.
pronouns so that
I
it's easier,
yes,
though.
in that sense, you don't want to offend people. That I
Yes.
find like commendable for people who go out of their way to ask that question. Like, oh, what are
Yes.
your pronouns? I've been asked what are your pronouns multiple times,
Yeah.
but I just go, girl, I don't give a
Anyway,
fuck.
Yeah,
I don't
anyway.
care.
Yeah, so in some places it is important to know. And no, it's not important. It's like it's good to have like labels, but sometimes like girl, y'all go overboard. Like,
Yes.
it's too much. Like girl, when we keep adding new things, like what these are zing zong.
Is
like,
these
girl,
are- is
it's-
these are
it's
zing.
a lot of Chinese, mama. We're adding Chinese. It's too much.
Chinese the house.
Yeah, it's a little bit too. How do you say? It's not going to the. It's like trying to.
Now, like at this point, you like we're just taking the piss out of things.
Yeah,
like at
we're
this
just,
point, like girl, come on now.
Yeah, it's a little. We can tone it down a bit
Yeah.
because it's tiring for us to remember everything as well.
Exactly.
And when we don't, if it's not in our vocabulary, people are gonna be like, "What the hell? You're so uneducated." Like, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, labels are good and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next topic, where living authentically
Yes.
means you would like ultimately be more happier. Do you find like you're happier living your tea lifestyle?
I mean, it's not the complete tea lie, but yeah, girl, I'm heading there, but yeah, of course, girl, even so much better, girl. Trust me. Imagine like
A large weight has been lifted off your shoulders.
yeah. So that's why you can actually a good example of like not living authentically. The biggest example is
beep.
no, it's
Oh.
from TV. Miss
Uh.
Miss Caitlyn Jenner. Mama, you actually
yes.
you've ever since
Yes.
before coming out.
That was a good
See
example.
so you can see how miserable she was.
She was.
Yes, but now look at her now.
Uh-huh.
A cunt. Ah! Yeah.
I agree.
It's a really big example, though, because
I
we
agree.
didn't. Girl, I didn't even know. I was just like, what the fuck?
I didn't know either.
Yeah,
I
that
was
cover,
so gagged.
Yeah,
I
the
was just
Vanity
like,
Fair. I was like, what the hell?
and by the time she came out, she already did all the surgeries.
yeah, that was the gag. That's why.
I was like,
Chris was like, why do you have to like, how do you say, shave your Adam's apple?
uh-huh.
Like,
Is that a thing?
yes, she shaved
I
it.
didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, Miss Chichi Gorgeous did that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So, girl, that's like the biggest example is
Miss
living.
Jenner.
Yeah, she was not happy.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
yeah.
I mean, I think, like, in terms of, like, happiness, I feel, yeah, I would say I'm more, like, happier living with myself now. Not that
Yeah.
I'm not hiding or anything.
Yeah.
But then,
But there's still obstacles, especially here.
oh my god, yes.
We can't really live like our true selves.
We cannot
In this
because there
city.
are social standards in this damn
Yeah.
city. Which, again, like, I don't really care, but for my safety.
Yes.
That's another thing, like living your truth, but also understanding whether or not you are safe living
In that environment.
in that environment while living your truth.
Yes.
Which I am grateful because Macau is, I would say, quite safe in that sense.
People here are quite, how do you say? We have a lot of opinions.
Yes.
A lot of opinions.
But they
we
will
do
voice
keep it to
that
ourselves.
opinion.
They'll voice
Sometimes.
it, but
the crazies will.
I mean, if we're comparing it to Hong Kong is more
Open.
not open. They're very, how do you say,
They're very
vocal.
obvious.
Even more vocal. They're
Oh my
vocal
God,
wise.
yes.
Hong Kong.
I
is
remember
more.
the one time I was wearing my Mugler. What is
Yes,
it? It was so
yes.
funny. We were in the
Mall. Yes.
and this guy came up to her. What did he say? He's like, "Aren't you cold?"
No, she said no because we were asking for the toilet.
Mhm.
So we saw a guard and then the security came, and then we were like, "Excuse me, where's the toilet?" And then he thought that Austin was not wearing anything because the Mugler
Yes.
top was like kind of see through, like
Yeah.
mesh. Girl, the sir was like, you need to wear clothes, and we were just like, what do you mean?
I am
Like
wearing
she's wearing clothes, and then he was like, maybe he was like partially, I don't know, his eyes, but like
He's legally blind.
he didn't. It was that nude illusion. It was that nude.
It was that nude house.
Yeah, and then we were just gagged. We were like, what?
I was
the
just like,
hell?
what happened?
Yeah. We were actually good. I was just like,
That's
girl, what the
good.
hell? Open your eyes.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think. Like,
He didn't do it on purpose. He was just like a bit because the way he said it, he was he was kind of even a bit scared to say
it was like he said it first without like he like you can see the regret in his
Yeah,
eyes
he was a
when
bit
he
like
said
hesitant to say it.
Yes, which honestly I found it funny his reaction, but I'm just like, oh, sure, like I'm wearing
Yeah,
clothes,
we
baby.
were wearing clothes.
I was wearing clothes.
It was just like.
But
just look very
apart
skinny,
from
so-
that, I don't think it's I don't think during that day I don't think anyone else has voiced their opinions.
Well, in Hong Kong,
I think
it's
because
more-
Hong Kong is in a sense of fashion, Hong Kong is more woke in fashion
Oh,
than Macau.
yes,
So when
yes.
when people saw me wearing Mugler, they're just like,
They were
oh.
like, "Wow, Mugler, period."
You're like, okay.
Yeah, just like that. But if if it's in Macau, they're like, "What the hell? It's not even like Friday or Saturday. Why the fuck are you wearing that?"
I know.
today.
I know. Like, I don't think I have worn it once, and the thing is, I'm going to say this. I'm going to call you people out. You know who has crab mentality? You know what crab mentality is?
I've heard. Yeah, it's like what one person thinks this, people follow.
No. It's it's more like, I'll tell you the story behind crab, why it's called crab mentality. So, you know, when you boil a pot of crabs
Yes.
and a crab is trying to crawl out to escape,
Yeah.
the other crab is going to grab that crab escaping and drag it back down.
Also.
So in the sense that
Oh, it's the opposite of what I said.
basically, like
Yeah.
if someone's trying to be different, they're going to shit on you for
Yeah,
that.
they're kind of like.
And you know who does it? You know what community?
Oh.
The Filipinos.
Mama, you know what?
The
That's a very
Filipinos.
thing. That's a very.
It's a very common thing, though.
For the Filipinos, yes, it is.
Crab mentality,
actually.
because y'all hate seeing bitches win.
They, how do you say? It's not even, yeah, how do you say, a person being successful for them, it's either a good thing or a bad thing. Like,
Yeah, and I'm just like, girl, come on.
If you yourself are not that secure with yourself, or
Yeah,
not confident within yourself, people will attack.
basically. I mean, like when I wore that same bodysuit outside, I didn't get much
Wait, where was this?
looks. This was Kristen's party in Jollibee.
Oh, you wore it too? You also wore it on your graduation. It's your third time wearing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I
mean,
know
if I
this.
spent that much on a
Yes.
piece of fabric, I might as well wear the shit out of it.
I didn't know that there was
Yes.
like.
Kristen's
There was
party, I
like-
wore it. And the majority of the people that said something or made a comment were the Pinoys, the Pennywises,
But like the Pinoy,
the
what,
Chacador.
aunties?
the aunties, the men's, the women's.
But what did they say?
I don't know. I just couldn't care. Like I'm just like they're
I mean,
just
the
going
looks is a given.
to. I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever. Like if they're
Yeah.
going to say something, like they're gonna say something. I don't really care what they say.
Yeah,
But then it's
given
just
to
so weird that it's coming from my own community.
I mean,
It's very disheartening, girl. It's making us look bad. Like, come on now.
I mean, girl, the things that the media they also consume is different compared to us.
Girl, they can stop. They should
Girl,
stop.
the 24 horas.
Girl, you know what they should stop? They should stop consuming. How about that?
Mama, no.
How about that?
We should stop consuming that
Oh, why?
because we're Filipinos too.
No, but the thing is, I love seeing bitches win. Like, I get so happy, especially if like a Filipino
What,
is
Miss Universe?
Oh yes,
Of course.
Miss Universe or anyone with small, like successful
Small? Marina Summers.
entrepreneurs in Macau. Can
we're
I?
talking about Marina Summers.
No. But it's so. How do I say? It brings hope to other Filipinos like us. Well, half of you, like us. But also, it's so ironic at the same time that if you're trying to make,
Oh, sorry.
like if you're trying to make it, like if you're just like a small creator, they're going to shit on you for it. It's so, okay.
Girl, here in Macau, it's pretty. How do you say? It's a given. I think you
guess.
have to have that in mind.
I mean, but
Yeah.
like it's at the same time, it's like, come on, like
But
it's,
mama, it's not just Filipinos. If you do think about other creators,
it's not
the
as
same shit.
I mean, it's as I guess, but it's not as bad as the Filipinos.
Girl, because the Filipinos are also quite vocal about things.
Y'all are just jealous that we
Yeah,
are living
they're
our
just,
truth.
They're just like vocal about things, and it's normal. I mean, honestly, for me, I totally get it. But like,
I don't.
wait, mama, 19 minutes.
Oh, that's okay. We have 9 more minutes to go anyway.
29?
Yes.
Ah,
29.
okay. Oh my god, I thought it was okay.
20 minutes? You thought it was
Kind
20
of
minutes?
20 minutes, yeah.
No, 29 minutes, 59 seconds.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
And so I'm just like, girl, come on now. Like, go be mad at something else.
But it's like what RuPaul says, like, if they ain't paying your bills, don't pay them no mind.
No, exactly. But at the same
Yeah.
time, if you're
But it does affect.
like, if you're not like, if they're not paying your bills, but they're But if they're always throwing rocks at your window, girl, like at some point you just gotta
Of
take out the damn
course.
grenade launcher and kill them bitches.
Of course, and sometimes, oh my god, talaga. Pero it happens. But
Mm.
I would say, girl, sometimes you just have to you have to have a good support system. That's the most important for me.
And that support system is from friends or family, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
Or your biological family or your logical family.
You mean your chosen family?
No, mama, it's
Logical.
logical. Your logical family. So you have your biological and your logical.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Whatever that mean entail.
Your logical family.
But yeah, I think the most support, like I'm glad, like I'm blessed to get like a supportive family and a very supportive friend group, because it's very hard to find. Especially maybe it's. I even asked my like mom like, how were you so supportive? Or I even asked my dad, but and then they're just like, because I've been surrounded by so many gays too.
Yes, it's the gays.
And did you know that my stepdad also had a gay uncle?
Oh, you did say that. No, I think y'all said that on the podcast.
Oh yes, we did.
Yes.
I keep forgetting what the hell I said in
y'all
previous
said that
episodes.
on the podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, it was funny to also find out that he also had a gay stepdad.
Yeah.
And then when I visited the family and they were just talking about him,
Did you
I was
see
just
him?
like, no, he's old the house. I think he's in Sydney or Melbourne, but he's like old.
But that's your stepdad's cousin?
No, Mama, that's the
Uncle. Ah, okay, so yeah.
Yes, and it's so inspiring to, especially at his time where everything was so. He lived through the AIDS pandemic.
Well, he was lucky enough. He was this whole time in Australia, right?
Yes, but it was also just as bad there, like the HIV pandemic and the AIDS
and not
pandemic.
just that, and like, girl, the fucking homophobia there.
Yes, to this in a sense.
Yeah,
but,
in some places. Yeah.
But in a sense, but yeah, I feel like Gold Coast. If you're in Gold Coast, you gonna get shot. But I did
really?
see no. But I'm just saying, like, if you're
I thought that it's more open there.
No, Melbourne is.
I think Melbourne and Sydney are the most open.
Yeah.
Brisbane, those places.
I did see a doll though in Gold Coast. I saw a doll. I said, okay,
You just
where?
saw a doll?
I saw a doll, girl, just one.
You saw.
I saw a doll.
You didn't talk to a doll.
I've spoken to dolls.
No, but you saw a doll.
I saw a doll in the flesh.
Oh.
In the flesh, I go.
A young doll.
Your age doll.
Oh, a young doll. Yes, a very young doll. We love that. Oh, that's so good. Living their truth, like in them HRT.
Yes.
Oh, yums.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, overall, I would say it's hard to try to find a common ground between living it authentically, being happy, being safe, and also just having fun with it.
That shit don't exist like truthfully.
Because at the end of the day, girl, life is not that serious. Like, I live my life as if it's a comedy skit.
I mean, it depends though. It depends on the situation.
I mean,
Sometimes
of course there are
like
severe situations, but I don't linger over shit like that, because my philosophy is like, if it happened, then it already happened. Like, there's no way of changing it. Like, there's no point in looming over that whatever happened in your head, because that's just going to eat you alive.
Well, yeah, it does. You just have to like try to accept it and to move on from it.
Yeah.
But if it comes back, it comes back, girl. You cannot like fucking like. If it comes back, you just have to go through it again. Like, girl, I accept it. It moves on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to wrap it up, do you have any tips for the dolls and the queers of how to, live their life authentically, or if they want to come out, if they plan to come out?
If you plan to come out, please come out to the people you think it's safe to. If it's not even them, if you have a good relationship with your friends' parents, do talk to them first.
Yes.
I think it's a really good idea. Or like have like a good group of even online friends. They'll help.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's also as long as you have that support system, it's good. But yeah, here in Macau, we're very lucky that kids are not abandoned. Like how they say, like you talked with your mom, like
thrown out.
Yeah, thrown out. Here in Macau, we're very lucky because Macau will help you and Macau will help the kids.
Right.
So,
and my tip is, my mom mentioned this. She said, have a backup plan.
Yeah,
Because
do
sometimes
have a
things
backup
don't go
plan.
well.
Yes.
So you gotta have a backup plan.
So whenever your mom gives you like 500, don't use it. Keep it as a lunch money.
Okay.
Or like a
Damn.
tuition fee. Yeah, girl.
500 for lunch
girl,
money?
Kids nowadays with their
True.
tuition fees,
True.
please, it's in the thousands.
Well, and on that note, where can they find the doll? Where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram. I'm private again. So it's, yeah, again, I know. ROZZZARIO. And you can also follow me on a YouTube channel where I just talk about anything. You can follow that on, you can find it on YouTube, yeah. It's F this, F that, like E.
I always thought it was Effie this, Effie that. But
No,
it's F
F this, F that. Yeah,
Yes.
so E double F this dot E double F dot. So, yeah.
And on that note, I will see you next week. Bye. So
The way I got you on the run, I hear you say let's fuck all night. Feeling something better, I might fuck her if I'm feeling tight, right? Got me feeling something, then I need to get that edge scrap. Turn around, I get to peppy, yeah. When I bad bitches always have to keep their hands wet. We're too slick, I like to cry. Pick a skate on a bitch, turn around, she likes to ride. Is she cute? Yeah, she might. She a baddie for the season or a baddie for the night.